Hey, we're here at the Evergreen State College organic farm, and behind the SAL building here, we have an experiment that is running for 2 years here, which is a collaborative project with Department of Ecology, Department of Natural Resources, Washington State University, and Clemson University. And what we've done is illustrated on these signs here. So if you do a self-tour down here, you can read about it here. But I can also point out some of our infrastructure along the trail here. So we have, as we walk along here, we have weather stations that are set up to collect information on rainfall, on temperature and moisture, light, wind speed, and direction. And then as we get a little bit closer, each of the trees you see here is instrumented so that we can capture different components of how they interact with rainfall and water at the site. There are wires in the trees that have probes that are measuring the speed of water movement up the trunk, inside the xylem and out of the leaves. The white rings, white kind of spirals that you see circling the trees, are to capture any water that goes down the trunk after rainfall, so water that just goes right along the trunk. We capture it in those troughs, and then it gets deposited in some buckets. And then we have these troughs set up to capture what we call interception or throughfall precipitation. So this is precipitation that lands in the canopy and then makes it through to the forest soil. So we know the dimensions of these troughs, and then these feed to a central rain gauge where we measure the amount of water that comes through. And so there's a rain gauge associated with each one of these. We put all those pieces together with some measurements of soil moisture. We get a sense for the total water balance in our forests. This is going to be really useful information because this is the only study of its kind that's active in this part of the Pacific Northwest right now. So we're the only place that's quantifying this. So we'll be able to take these water measurements and use it to help us understand better how forests protect our waters and buffer our watersheds from overflow during storm events or from water loss due to evaporation during summer droughts.